So hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. So today we're going to look into something really interesting. So do like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So Deepseek has already been creating quite the buzz worldwide, and we are still seeing the after effects of it being felt all over the world. And Deepseek also did something really amazing sometime about last week. So what they did was they released another series of models called Janus Series. So this Janus Series is very unique in that it's a multimodal understanding as well as generation models. So what I mean by that is that it's like a vision language model which can understand images and describe images. But it's also a generation model, meaning that it can, given a text prompt, it can also generate images. So this is something really unique because you usually see most other models in this category would do these two things separately. For example, take OpenAI. So they have GPT-Vision or GPT-4o, which would handle the vision as a vision language model. And if they wanted to generate, they would have another model called DALL-E, which would be used for like image generations. So mostly what would happen is that the vision language models would be following the transformer architecture, whereas the generation models would be following a diffusion based workflow. So what the DeepSeek again did something very unique and outside the box, just like how they kind of released the DeepSeek R1 and brought in reinforcement learning into the picture. So just like that, what they did with Janus is that they put everything in one single like autoregressive transformer like architecture and released one single model which can do both vision understanding as well as generation of images. So today we're going to look into that a little bit, so let's jump right in. So hey, so I'm in the GitHub page of DeepSeek's Janus series, and as you can see here, it mentions that it's a unified multimodal understanding and generation models, and they kind of released the most recently. Janus Pro is released an advanced version of Janus, improving both multimodal understanding and visual generation significantly. So they also like have a paper here, a tech report here like attached to it, which we'll briefly be going through. And so they do have like two other models. One is called Janus Pro, and the other one was released a while back called Janus Flow, and then another one is just like Janus, right? So this is what they did, and interesting. So here are some results from say like Janus Flow, and here are some results from like Janus Pro, and so on. So what is interesting is that they have this both at 1.3 billion model as well as a 7 billion models. So what that means is that if it's just a 1 billion or 1.3 billion model, this could be run on a CPU, sometimes even on mobile phones. And whereas the 7 billion one, you would probably need a stronger GPU a little bit to kind of make sure that things are running smoothly right there. And what is so interesting, amazing, is that they have also very easily like put up the installation instructions, as well as a very simple example on showing how you could use it for both. This one is for multimodal understanding, and this one is for like text to image generation. And they also have a Gradio demo, both online in Hugging Face if you have a Hugging Face account. But even if you don't have one or don't have paid credits in Hugging Face, if you have a machine with a decent GPU, we could install this package on your own machine and actually run the Gradio app right away. So that's what I did, and I'll be putting up the instructions in a detailed blog on how to do it. It was mostly pretty smooth, except that you have to make sure that you have the correct PyTorch versions, the TorchVision versions, as well as the CUDA versions. All of them need to be aligned, and that's more or less it. So here is the tech report. Briefly, I'll just mention it. So it's like a unified multimodal understanding and generation with data and model scaling. So in this work, they build upon Janus, previous work called Janus, and this is more of just how do you kind of optimize it better, and how it's performing with respect to the previous Janus series, as well as the other vision language models. So here you can see the example, right? This is the previous Janus series, and this was the the prompt, and then you can obviously see that the ones in this columns are better for almost all the cases here, right? So this is from the image generation front, and I think they also had the benchmarks for the image understanding or multimodal understanding one as well over here. So, and as I mentioned before, this is the kind of a simple architecture that they have, is that it's mostly like just an autoregressive transformer, but they kind of divided this into one for the image understanding part and the other one for the text generation part. So what we are going to do is that I have followed up the instructions from the GitHub repository, and I was able to bring that up in my machine. So I was able to launch this Gradio app right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try this out myself, both the image understanding as well as the text to image generation. So one amazing thing is you can see that both are in the same Gradio app. It's like both these have been combined into the same Gradio app, so that you could test both of these out at the same time.